Ladies and gentlemen, the American Jury and Bulldog Nation, I'm standing in front of the World Peace Bell in Newport, Kentucky, and there's no better backdrop for me to be than here. And before I talk about freedom, which is the topic of today's words, I just want to express my admiration for Wayne Carlisle for making sure that this great bell was built and constructed and placed here. In fact, I am a big fan of all the wonderful families like the Carlisle family and others in the state of Kentucky who build incredible businesses in this state. I'm here to talk about freedom. This may not be the Liberty Bell, but it's the Peace Bell, and it'll do. I want to say the following things about freedom. First, this entire country, why everybody came to this country, the Pilgrims, the Puritans, everyone, the disaffected from Europe, they all came for one thing: freedom. It was the freedom of the United States of America as expressed in the Declaration of Independence, written by Thomas Jefferson and edited by that wonderful committee. What's the Declaration of Independence say? It says that we have inalienable rights endowed to us by our Creator. And those rights are rights that no one can take away from us. And the three that they mention is life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, which was edited from property. Each and every one of us have in our souls, our very being, the freedom of those inalienable rights. So what did our founding fathers do? They created a constitution. And then thanks to Patrick Henry, a year later, they gave us the Bill of Rights to protect us against that Constitution. Why? In order to protect our freedom. All of the Bill of Rights are focused on our individual freedom. It's that important. The reality is that our founding fathers took from their history. They took from Pericles and Athens, the first democracy. They learned from the Roman Republic before the dictators, of Cincinnatus, who left his plow and went and saved the Roman Republic and then came back to it. The reality is in America, the number one word synonymous with this country is freedom. The reason why this is so important to speak about is imagine, as I'm standing here today, the infringement on our freedoms that goes on every single day. The attacks upon our freedoms every single day. How does that happen every day? Taxes. A United States Supreme Court justice once wrote that the power to tax is the power to destroy. The power to destroy. Regulations, suffocating. And then we learned in the great pandemic, what happened? Boy, did government go wild on taking over our freedoms, didn't they? Lockdowns, mandates, everything that they did to us. I can tell you right now, Lord Acton said it. Power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. America's freedoms are under attack from everywhere, within and without. We have the power and influence of Chinese money everywhere, all the way to the Joe Biden Oval Office and his Delaware home. It's sickening. And then who else joins into this terrorism of our freedoms? All the American Communist 10, as I call them, the Democratic Party, all the state and local swamps, the media, Hollywood, corporate America, professional sports, professional music, censorship, social media, Google, what you can say, what you can't say. They met in Davos, and you can't make this up. Even the senator from West Virginia said, well, the problem is that we have too many platforms of people able to speak out. Are you kidding me? That's where we are. That's what our leaders think. The reality, folks, is freedom is under attack from every place in this country. So you have to ask yourself this question in the governor's race for Kentucky. Who do you trust to stand up against Joe Biden and Andy Beshear for your freedoms? I know what the question is, the answer is, and you know it too. It's me. I'm tough. I'm willing to fight with all I have against anything that infringes on you. What's my campaign motto? Less government, more freedom. People's champion. And what else do I talk about all the time? I will leave you alone, because you know what? In America, the reality is if you're not harming anybody, you should be left alone. That's what I mean by that. I'm not talking about government doing the essentials. I'm talking about government leaving you alone to live your life. As you live your life lawfully, not harming anybody, I will leave you alone. Look at the issues. Look at the issues of freedom. Cannabis and hemp. Are you kidding me? It's past time for medicinal cannabis. It's past time for hemp. It's past time for gaming. Why? There's gaming already. So I'm going to tell you something, folks. I check all those boxes of a conservative libertarian. I carry 2 guns in my pockets. Got 2 of them. In fact, you know what? Just to prove the point that I do, I'm going to pull them out. Why? Because I want you gun owners to know there will be no bigger advocate for your Second Amendment right for me. First Amendment right, the freedom to worship and assemble. Nobody will fight harder than me. You know it. You know I will. So the bottom line is, folks, as you look at this race, you know what? You can boil it all down to this. You could really boil it all down to this. Who do you trust to fight for your freedoms? Who's got the guts to speak out against people like Senator McConnell and the powerful interests? None of these other kids. Look what Senator McConnell has done to infringe upon your freedoms on gun control and taxing and spending. And only I speak out against Senator McConnell. So who do you trust? Who do you want fighting for your freedom in the governor's office? Ladies and gentlemen, American Jury and Bulldog Nation and Kentucky voters, America was founded on freedom. It means everything. It's freedom. Everything. I will fight to preserve your freedom.